Pablo.
Hi.
It's really great to meet you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you as well.
Thanks for being here. For off, just so you know, we have about 15-20 minutes for our coaching session today, just so you're aware of the time frame we're working in. I want to do my utmost to help you as best as I can in this time.
Okay.
And yes, is there anything specific that you would like to get out of this session today?
Yeah, so I was told we can work on two different verticals, either like personal development or business challenge.
Okay.
And I do have a business challenge that I think it'll be interesting to touch upon today.
Okay.
You're familiar with the work our fund does, but let me just probably expand on it because it's relevant. So we target companies with a revenue between $3 to $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
And in that space, there are several other players here in Boston, Massachusetts. So our investment thesis is basically we're a place-based fund who invest in companies that are led by people of color so that we provide equal opportunities, development capacities, and we can help these entrepreneurs to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we do this by providing either debt or equity to those businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And more often than not, we end up investing in companies along same players with different investment theses, but that play in the same space. So we are concerned about racial justice. Other people may be concerned about gender. Other may be concerned about sustainability, and so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fund was started by or designed by an African American along with a Jewish philanthropic family, very well known here in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally they've deployed their capital in African American businesses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as I came on board on this, I thought I'm a Latino from Mexico. I thought very important to have more Latino participation in our portfolio companies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did my job. I went out, gathered some leads in this space, and what we have to know or understand about the Latino community is it's very well organized in Boston. All the people know each other,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to enter into it, you have to enter the right way. Otherwise, there's a reputational risk, and you don't want to drive people away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, lately, what happened is I came across a company, DPB Transportation,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought them over here. They got a contract from the Encore,
Mm-hmm.
$10 million company.
Mm-hmm.
They tripled or quadrupled their earnings in a couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
actually. And what happened is this reached the investment committee. The founder wasn't in the investment committee at that point when it was voted.
Mm-hmm.
And this investment passed on and said, yes, let's move forward. Later on, what happened is the person who was spearheading the due diligence side
Mm-hmm.
failed to notice a couple of things in the company.
Mm-hmm.
They rendered brokerage services, and they also had some faults in their marketing. They were very 80s in that sense. Let's keep it like that.
Okay.
And it reached back the investment committee, and the investment committee now changed and said no.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm saying this, and it's important, it's we had made a commitment. We had sent signals to the company, to the founders, that we're going to deploy money, that we're going to give them money to for them to scale up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're not doing that. We weren't communicating with the company. The person who was dealing with this or directing this is no longer with our impact investing fund.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very visible company in the Latino community.
Okay.
And now I'm worried about the reputational risk of not being able to drive Latino deals, Latino businesses into a fund so that we may diversify the type of entrepreneurs that we actually fund.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Not sure if I'm
Okay.
clear enough.
Yeah, I understand. Let me just summarize,
Sure.
just to make sure I understand correctly. So, the main issue has been this person leaving and having not really, communicated very effectively and really fulfilled his part of what he was supposed to do properly, which has left this one specific company that you worked with feeling like they can't really trust you, and you're worried that this would then have a ripple effect towards other Latino run companies based here.
Yes. And let me add to that we're no longer financing the company. We've come to terms with them.
Okay.
Yet there's the people who do capital structuring and financing in the Latino communities, literally the same all over. So they advise many companies. So yes, I agree with you. I'm very worried about this ripple effect in terms of our reputation and being able to be a player in the community specifically.
Okay. What would be what would you like the situation to evolve into?
So that's an interesting question. I don't mind us not investing in the company. I think that's okay, and we've made clear of that. Yet, what I'd like to happen is to not have a reputation being linked to a fund that makes it difficult for Latino entrepreneurs to access capital. I wanna be perceived as a serious fund who's committed to providing opportunities to Latino businesses.
Serious fund providing opportunities to Latino businesses. Okay, and you want the other businesses in the Boston area to acknowledge you for this.
Exactly.
Okay. What are things you can do to maintain this image and to build this image?
Yes. So we've done, let's say, the PR risk management already. I think for us to be able to transcend into this objective, we'd have to approach the leaders in this space and make sure that first they're still interested in working with us, and second, acknowledge that or be able to make them aware that we are still interested in playing this space.
How can you make them aware of this?
So, Latinos are very, we are very, how will I describe this? We're very friendly in this, so it's trustworthiness that drives deals. You do not get a deal because you're the best at what you do. You get a deal because you are the friend of the person who's selling the business or closing the business. So for that to happen, I think we need to strengthen the relationships with the leaders in the community, or at least the financial advisors in the community.
What have you done up to now to strengthen these relationships?
So, ever since I finished the MBA, I've plugged into the community. It's very small. People talk to each other, and I've been able to come or become very friendly with a couple of people who do financial advisory. Now, sadly, the person who was advising the BPV deal from a financial standpoint for them, the advisors of the entrepreneurs, is also an advisor for many other companies. So I think I would need to meet one-on-one with him and speak directly. Let's say not from a fund perspective, but rather from a friend perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do you think you could best go about meeting one-on-one with him? What would be the best way to contact him?
I'm not sure about that. I think the best way to do would be reaching out again. I just literally met him a couple of days ago actually, with a company that we said no to, and we came to terms. So we're reaching out again and see if there's a way in which we can work together. Now, what I do know, and this is one of the advantages, and I think I can use this, is traditional financial players work with bankable companies, and we do not necessarily work with those or with that spectrum of companies. We work with companies that are really struggling, and that provides us a lot of flexibility to the structuring of financial transactions. So that's certainly an advantage that we can use and say to him, listen, perhaps we had not so good experience yet. In the future, what we provide is flexibility, and also I'd say one of the good things or positive things that we can use is say that the person who was handling the other transaction is no longer with us anymore.
Okay, so reaching out to this person, first of all, clarifying that the person who created the issue is no longer part of your team would be important in your opinion.
Yes.
And also to put emphasis on the flexibility that your organization has.
Yes. I think that's a very first assessment.
Okay. By when would you like to reach out to him?
I think we need to let things cool down for a bit. I don't want to be perceived, or our organization be perceived as needy in terms of we're not able to drive deals if it weren't for other people. I think we're the makers of our own deals, but it's an important piece to have, obviously. I would say in the next couple of months would be for length of time. Yes.
Okay. So reaching out to this guy in the next couple of months. Is there anything else you think you can do right now?
Yes, there's I've been trying to join for a couple of months. There's a it's a Latino Business Association North Shore Latino Business Association. I think one of the positive things I may be able to do is try to join this organization and see if on another end I can change the image that they have of the fund. The good thing all about this is with the opening that just created, the director of investment, there was a person who left. He was only there for a couple months. There's an opening for that position, which I'm going to take. And I think that it will also help send a message of we take a different point of view of things. And that way we can start with a blank page on new relationships.
Okay, I understand. Okay, as we are running towards being a bit low on time, I'm just going to sum up what we've come up with. So send an email in the next couple of months to this individual that you've met recently. Try to join the Latino Business Association.
Yes.
And also you would like to take the opening position that is just opened and to be able to start fresh and send a new message to the outside world.
Yes, that's an excellent summary, actually.
Okay. By when do you think you can join the Latino Business Association?
That's an excellent question. I honestly don't know. I've reached out before, and the problem is they haven't gotten back to me in a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah. We're, I'm not sure what's going on with our administrative service, but yeah, currently.
What else could you do?
So I'm gonna keep. So this comes back to to one of the statements I've made. The Latino community is very small. Well, at least the leaders of the Latino communities are the same people. Probably I can reach to a couple of them and make sure that I'm being included in that organization.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know a few people that are in the
Yes.
association and think that they might be able to help you. Okay, and do you think you can reach out to these people within, say, the coming week? Or?
I'd say so. Yes. I wouldn't say why not. I tend to procrastinate, but on certain topics. But yes, I don't see why not.
We all do. Okay, great. So reach out to the members of the Latino Business Association and then to this other individual, following up on that.
Yes.
Great. So do you feel that this is a good action plan to take until we next meet?
I think yes. I think that's a very good starting point of what to do. Now the outcome, we'll see what happens, but I think it's a very good plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else you would still like to?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it, though.
Okay. Well, it would be great to see you again, perhaps in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Sure.
Let me know.
Sure.
When you would be available. If you want, we can schedule an appointment now.
Yes. You let me know. I mean.
Great.
I have my cell phones over there, but I can definitely we'll set a date to it, and I'll be happy to talk some more.
Great. Sounds good.
Excellent. Thank you very much, though.
Thank you too.
I appreciate it.
Okay. If you still want to give some kind of feedback right now for the video.
Yes, that's fantastic. So I'll say this first. This is my first coaching session. I'm a bit of skeptical. I'll say this, a bit of a cynic to a certain extent to a couple of things. Yet, from the moment I got the email, I was interested in coming to the session.
Great.
And I think we people deal with a lot of things, and perhaps from time to time it's good to have someone else see the things from your perspective. And I think this was perfectly conducted, very to the point, and the way you disaggregated the different issues I presented to you based on the extensive background I had to get to for the station. I think was very good. Congrats on that. I do hope you get certified. Though it's a 50% chance according to last year's class, but congratulations. So kudos for that.
I'm glad I was able to help you. That makes me very happy.
Good. And I believe I have to